on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire.
Psych, I like that song. And then back to the fade. And then now let's go play the song again. And let's go back to the fade.
Oh, is it done? Is it gone?
I faded out.
All right.
My name is Scott Ford.
And I'm Josh Stevens.
And this is The Scott Ford Show. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another show. Thank you for returning and listening. If this is your first time listening, welcome. If you're a repeat offender, we want to say thank you very much for joining back in. We appreciate the support from you guys.
Absolutely, 100%.
Let's do some shout-outs. I had to look at the board. Josh and I are trying to get I wouldn't call us structured.
No,
but
definitely not. Yeah,
and not a format, but just kind of like I think last week we were a little all over the place, and we had a slight meeting after the show and got bit up by some mosquitoes. And
we did, a lot of mosquitoes. They were not fans of the Scott Ford Show. The mosquitoes,
right. So we did a little. Actually, it's probably like our first meeting where we said, let's change a couple things.
Yeah.
Let's do a couple things. So. Let's do some shout-outs. Go ahead. I always like when you go first.
Yeah, I got to give a couple of shout-outs tonight. I actually found out that my Uncle Ed and my Aunt Chris are regular listeners. They've been listening on the Spreaker app. I don't know if their daughters are listening as well, but Brittany, Haley, and Kelsey might also be listening, so I want to give a shout-out to them. Also want to give a shout out to my wife Katie. She's a longtime listener. My grandmother is also. They're listening together tonight actually because our shower went out, or our hot water rather went out at my house. So they're at my grandmother's house right now with Penny. Hello Penny and hello Gus. I know that you're my biggest fans and I appreciate that. So
hey, thank you all for listening. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Glenn and Diane, to Sabrina and Edward Malkovich, my grandmother Juanita Holman. Helen Rausch, Doug Sellers, Andy Lewis, Wade, Melinda and Madeline, and Sam Tantillo, who we both know.
Yep.
Lloyd Braun, and Carly and Veda. So thank you all for listening. We really appreciate it.
And I assume Junior's listening, so you should probably say hi to Junior. Yeah.
Hi,
Junior.
I have to confess, the last couple weeks I've been doing actually sneak attacks for Junior.
Oh, I screwed that up. So.
No, it's fine. Here's what it is. I've been using Seinfeld references in my shouts to Junior.
Oh, nice.
So I can't remember. I think Melinda said she may have caught one, but Arthur Vandelay last week.
Yes,
that was.
did.
So I set this up with Junior. I said every week I'm going to give you a shout out, but I'm not going to use your name.
Right.
I'm going to use Seinfeld references. So tonight was Lloyd Braun.
Oh,
so
there you go. There you go, yeah.
So next week we'll come up with one, and I don't want to do obvious ones like Cosmo Kramer.
Right, yeah, of course, right. No, but...
So Junior is, he's the...
So he is getting recognized. I want to make sure. All right, I've been feeling bad this whole time that we weren't recognizing Junior. But, yeah.
And Veda is actually from heaven. She's listening from
heaven. I did
so.
figure that, so yeah. So.
All right, so how was your week, man?
It was all right. The weekend was, a little off. More expenses that came my way when my hot water heater decided to just out at some point. So spent a lot of time messing with that. But I got to spend some time with the kids. So that was nice. So
great.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about one time where when your tire went out, and I can't remember the exact question you asked me, and hopefully you can remember. But and now your shower's going out. But you were asking something about bad luck, I think. And do you remember how you presented that question? I don't remember exactly, but I think you were saying, do I believe in bad luck?
Yeah, something along those lines, because, it's... obviously, I know we talk about how luck doesn't really exist, because you go out there and make your own luck type of deal. But but sometimes, it's hard, especially like this weekend. We got a trip coming up we're saving for, and then my tires go out. My water heater goes out. So yes, I'm just waiting for the next big expense to come along. So
yeah, Disney will close.
Exactly right. Yeah. Go. Well, sorry, folks, park's closed.
Yeah. Then you got to go to Wally World.
Right. Exactly right.
So I don't necessarily believe in luck, bad luck or good luck. I just think sometimes some things happen, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, and I don't think there's some kind of cosmic force saying, we're just going to give this guy bad luck and we're going to give this guy good luck, and things happen at sometimes the right times and sometimes the wrong times. And we talked about when your tire went out, that could have went out at a very bad time when you were on the road with your family.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Could have been bad news.
No, right. And I mean, the water heater is the same thing. It went out, I took a shower that morning and everything was kosher, and then I went to work. I get a text message from my wife, and she was doing dishes, and all of a sudden she's like, there's no hot water. And I'm like, fantastic. But, that could have went out, middle of winter or something, or when I was just a hot, sweaty mess or whatever. So
yeah, and at least you got your hot shower in.
Exactly, right, yeah. So it was all good.
Right. So as long as you got yours in, we're good. All right, so let's do some rants. All right, yeah. You want to go? You want me to go?
I don't know. I'll start it off. I always seem to start it off, and then then we play from there. So my rant, I was thinking about this. I use this phrase a great deal, and I used it the other day, and I started thinking about it, and I realized how absolutely absurd this phrase is. But when you tell somebody, I would take a bullet for you, it's so absolutely absurd. If you really think about it, on so many levels, it's absurd. And I realize, I get the sentiment, I would give my life for you, etc. But in all actuality, if I'm not Superman. Obviously, you looking across the desk at me, you can see that I'm not Superman. So I'm not as
more like a Green Lantern.
Exactly, and I'm okay with that. But my point is, I don't move that fast. If I can move faster, fast enough to get in front of a bullet, the person that the bullet is aiming at can certainly get out of the way. They could certainly move to get out of the way. So that's my rant, is that that whole phrase is absolutely absurd if you really think about it. I'm still going to use it. I love that phrase. But I mean, thinking about it, I'm like, no, you should just pay more attention and just get out of the way. That would be
maybe more realistic. Like, I'll take a mosquito bite for you.
Exactly. I would take a mosquito bite or something. I would accidentally step in a bear trap for you, something like that. Something you don't see.
I like the comedic approach you took to this phrase, to today's rant. Like, that was pretty good about the if I could step in and take the bullet, why don't you take it?
Right. Exactly.
So that's a good one. I like that one. You probably may have taken my fast, witty comment that I would have thrown in there, so I have nothing. So you beat me to it.
Well, good there.
Yeah, I like that. So
yeah, I'm glad. So finally, I've done something.
Yeah, it's not often that I can't come up with a quick line. So you got me
right.
Maybe what it'll be like, either tomorrow or maybe sometime during the show tonight. I'll go, wait a minute.
Right.
Remember that bullet line?
Rewind. Right.
Yeah. Then the mosquito was okay, but yours was better.
Right.
So what I want to rant about. I was thinking about this the other day. I work in a very I guess it is a public office building, and there's various businesses and offices in the building that I work in. So, you see all these professional types coming in, and I always think it's so funny when you see, I guess if you could kind of stereotype the businessman, the suit, right. And and it's so funny, a lot of times you see them coming into the public restroom, and they're talking on their cell phone while they're relieving themselves one way or another, you know. And I don't know what it is about, again, not necessarily getting mad, but comedically, like in a comedic type way, getting upset. Where I see that, and I'm like, really, you're taking a meeting while you're taking something else.
Yeah, right.
While you're leaving something else.
Yeah.
But it just seems so weird.
Hope they're not taking something else.
Yeah. But so what I do a lot of times when I see this, like, I would be the type, like, I would just say, whatever, I'll call you back in a few minutes, or I just got an important phone call. Like, make up something, but don't do it in the bathroom. So I've done this several times where I'll walk in and I'll see this totally wearing a suit, the tie, and he's on his cell phone, and they're always talking loud for some reason. Like, they want everyone to know, like, hey, I'm really important, and I've got a good business deal going on. So I go in there, and I see this, and I kind of just start shaking my head, and I purposely go into the stall and start making, like, fart noises, and it's really, like, oh God, my stomach, oh please, because I just want them to be like, I want whoever they're talking to realize, like, they are in a toilet. And talking like some kind of very important business transaction. I mean,
absolutely,
I hear them talking about, like, millions of dollars ironically passing through.
Right.
And so I start to make all kinds of gas noises, and I start flushing the toilet like repeatedly, and
Right.
I want everyone to know, like, this person you're talking to, this $1 million deal, they are in the bathroom right now.
Right. Although that might make the people on the other end of the line realize this is, he takes this seriously because he's not even willing to get off the phone to go to the bathroom right now. So
I feel like he's not taking it very
Right.
seriously.
Right.
Like, call me back.
But yeah, just it's okay. You can call me back in a little bit, right?
Yeah. I don't want you touching parts while you're talking to me, and let's keep that out of here.
Right.
So that's my rant for the week.
All right, I like that.
Get
Yeah.
off the phone in the public bathroom. It's just a weird place to be talking.
Yeah, it's also weird now that you say that. To like, how many meetings have you gone to as a professional businessman with no pants on?
Well, I don't have any pants on right now.
Well, this is different.
This is different. The other one too, I actually came up with 2 this week, and I usually, like I said, I can come up with 70 if I needed to every week. But no, you know what? I'm going to save that one because it's not very. I can't find a comedic part of it.
Yeah,
so I'd rather rant comedically.
Right,
I think it's
right.
better if we do it like that. So
We'll keep that. We'll put that in the lock and key, and we'll just
yeah. We'll save that for later.
let that stew.
One thing I wanted to talk about real quick, and it was something that I forgot to mention last week. We were talking about health, and we were talking about what I put in my Fountain of Youth drinks and
Right.
stuff like that. So I don't want to rehash that and talk about everything I do. Basically, like, it comes down to just, if you're going to be doing this, load up with fruits and veggies, primarily veggies. Blast it in a blender or like a Ninja blender like I use. Put water in it and really set your day off right. One thing, probably the most important ingredient, I completely forgot. I don't actually put it in the shake, but I would say the most important part of this is garlic.
Oh,
And what I do is I take a garlic clove and I chop it up into 7 pieces, and one a day, one little clove a day, chopped up, almost like a vitamin. If you can imagine, like one clove just diced up.
yeah.
I take one clove a day, swallow it down, and I really do feel I've done a lot of research on this. That's why I never get sick, like never. So the garlic is a very important thing, and it's best to do it on an empty stomach. So my routine with the garlic, how I do this is I obviously wake up in the morning, I let the dog out, and I get her food ready, and then I take my garlic. And then I feed the dog, and then I do the shake and chia seeds. I forgot to mention chia seeds and bee pollen granules.
Okay.
I take those and coconut oil, extra virgin coconut oil.
Oh.
And with the garlic. So I take the garlic. A few minutes later, I do the chia seeds and the bee pollen, and then the coconut oil.
And this is not stuff you put into the shake. This is stuff you just pop in your
Correct.
mouth and swallow.
Yeah, I take those pre-workout. So I do the garlic, the chia seeds, the bee pollen granules, and the coconut oil pre-workout.
Okay.
I work out, I get back, and then I slam down a 32-ounce Fountain of Youth drink.
Right.
And then roughly 2 hours, 3 hours later, depending on the day, I have 25 almonds. And then 2 hours after that, I drink another 32-ounce Fountain of Youth drink. Roughly about 2 hours after that, I have 25 more almonds. So again, I'm very structured, very regimented. Right. I was saying last week how you could set your clock to me, and you pretty much could.
Right, right.
And then I try to eat a somewhat sensible dinner. But that's what I do throughout the week. Like, that's how regimented I am. That's where I get all my energy. Almonds are very good for energy. It's the healthy fat that your body needs.
Okay.
But garlic, if there's one thing, like if I had to choose, let's say if I had to choose 3 things in my shake that I had to give up everything else, but there's 3 things I was going to take every day.
Yeah.
It would probably be the beets. It would probably be either kale or spinach. I'd choose between one of the two because I want the green. You know. And then the garlic. So garlic, beets, and did I say garlic twice? I forgot now.
No, you said garlic, beets, and spinach. Or kale.
Yeah. So that would be, if I had to choose 3. Those would be the 3 things that I would have to have every day.
Okay.
A lot of benefits of the other stuff that we talked about last week. But, garlic's very important.
Okay.
So do you do any kind of, do you ever get veggies in, or is it just like veggies on a burger,
Yeah, but, I love salad. I think salad's fantastic. I eat a lot of, salad when I can. But, yeah, generally I should be 400 pounds because I eat a lot of, red meat, red burgers, and I eat a lot of pasta. I love pasta. So that, you were talking about garlic, and I love garlic. I think garlic's fantastic. And actually, that was one of my topics that I was going to bring up today. Is I was thinking maybe for a future show that obviously you see me. I'm proper skinny, as they say in Britain, but I want to get back healthy. I want to get healthy. I want to do a workout routine, and if you want to, obviously you do it for weight loss, but as well as for muscle mass and whatnot. But maybe you and I could sit down, set up a plan.